You are watching On Demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Linda's perky today. Hello and welcome to your final Loose Women of the Week, starting your weekend in style alongside me, Kay Adam. It is perky Linda Robson, Carol McGiffin and Nadia Sawaha. Remember, the 5th of November. Well, we've got some explosive debates that you certainly won't forget. Coming up, we're asking, would you leave your partner if they asked you to lose weight? After what happened to you there?
Kate was counting a face.
I was questioning the question.
After one child asked for anti-aging cream on her Christmas list, she was 10, is it time we ditch Christmas lists altogether? And are you using your tongue correctly?
Oh, missus.
Thank you. Also, buckle up, the governess is in town.
Hello, Daniel, the Body Shop manager.
Hi, Anne.
Are you here to quiz or admire my bodywork?
They're both, I think.
Oh, my tummy slightly flipped there. Chaser Anne Hegerty joins us to talk about playing the villain for her latest role. But we are starting off with the news that showbiz legend, TV presenter, dancer and entertainer Lionel Blair has died at the age of 92, and obviously our thoughts are with his family. So many fond memories of him being shared this morning, and Linda, I know you've got lovely memories of him, and we've got great memories here on the show.
The castle, she came around talking to everybody and she stopped to talk to me and we had quite a chat.
So it's been the highlight of all those 70 years.
Sammy Davis.
Sammy Davis Jr., yeah.
We met and it was like...
Happy birthday, dear Lionel. Happy birthday to you.
It's always sad, obviously, when someone passes away, but, you know, it seemed that Lionel had a life well lived.
He really did. He loved life.
He's someone that no one has a bad word to say about.
No, he was the loveliest man, very family-orientated. I worked with him a few times over the years. One time in particular was at the Dominion Theatre. We did a panto there, Cinderella, with Sarah Ferguson. She played Cinderella.
Fergie. Right,
Fergie.
okay. But you, Fergie, Lionel Blair.
Yeah.
There's a line-up.
There we are.
There's a line-up.
Can you
There's
imagine when they go to the pub after the show and people would see Lionel, Fergie and Linda?
Here's Lionel, Fergie and Linda coming in.
He was like Mr. Showbiz, and when they asked us to go and have a picture, they wanted Sarah and me and Pauline and Leslie Joseph and that, and all of a sudden Lionel appeared from nowhere. He was straight in the front of that picture. But he was a lovely, lovely man. He smoked a lot, didn't he? He liked a cigarette.
Oh, did he?
He did, yeah. He liked a fag. But also very family-orientated. He always had his daughter Lucy with him, and his wife had come along to everything that he did. So, yeah, he'd be really sadly missed.
And from what we hear, his family were with him when he passed away, which would be...
Isn't it lovely, though, that someone's just died of old age?
Yeah.
It's quite nice, and I wish he was still here, obviously, and I'm sorry that he's gone, but to live to 92, you know, you just
Still
hear
dancing,
so many...
yeah.
Exactly, still working and still dancing. I think that was in 2018, bless him.
I hope that's jogged your memory, Carol, because Carol actually said to us earlier, oh, I've got such fond memories of Lionel. I just can't remember when it was.
She's been beaming with the fondness of her memories all morning.
We remembered it.
Stop it. I was trying not to say that. I have got a really, really good memory of it, but I don't know what it is.
It's just unusual to hear you say you've got a good memory of anyone, so Lionel must have been very...
No, he was. I met him a few times, yeah. He was absolutely adorable, 100%, yeah. Most people in showbiz are not. Yeah.
You do know you're in showbiz, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I'm not nice. I'm not adorable.
We can vouch for that.
Present company not accepted.
Yeah, well, that's breaking news to everyone, I don't think. Now, the big breakup to have rocked the world of showbiz, Ioan Gruffydd and Alice Evans. It rumbles on, this one, with Alice claiming that Ioan had threatened to leave her if she gained weight. Now, other women have been sharing their stories of being in relationships where their partners have commented on their weight, including journalist Samantha Brick, who says that her husband made it very clear at the start of their relationship that he would leave her if she gained weight. And now she says that she has just embraced that part of the relationship. So is that the way to play it, Nadia? You just
Do as you're
you just
told.
embrace that
Sounds
part?
like doing as you're
Yeah.
told, and then feeling like that you're somehow empowered because this incredible man has given you the gift of managing yourself in the way that you should to be a perfect wife. My God, if anybody spoke to me like that before a relationship, gave me a checklist of what I was going to be and how I was going to have to behave for them to still love me, no. That's for me, in my opinion, that is controlling behaviour. Is setting out the rules and regulations for me to still love you, and it's conditional love.
Have you ever asked the question, though? Because I know I have, and maybe not too seriously, but women love asking those questions, don't they? Would you still love me if I got fat?
Is that what you've said?
Oh, of course I've
Did
said
you have
that.
Really?
Did you have fluffy slippers on it and holding a teddy at the same
That's a bit
time?
needy.
Well, no, it's not needy because I know I'm never going to get fat. I just won't allow it to happen.
You're like that story that was trending on Instagram last week. The girl had said to her boyfriend, "Will you still love me if I'm a worm?" And he said no, and she was crying.
Crying?
Oh, my
Because he
God.
wouldn't still love her if she was a
Well,
worm.
yeah, but Mark says the same thing.
What does he say?
Well, because, you know, if he puts on a few pounds, you go, will you still love me if I'm fat?
But that-
And I say no.
Oh,
No,
my
I
God.
say no. But we're both winding each other up, and it's one of those
Yes.
questions. It's like you're
Very
kind
different.
of fishing for an answer,
Yeah.
but you don't want to know if the answer is no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that. It's
But
women are like
I think
that.
jumping in what you're maybe going to say, Nadia, within the bounds of a relationship, you can have these conversations. Of course you can. And then maybe you will at some point sit down with your partner, or they would with you, and say, gosh, you know, maybe we should look at our diet together. Maybe we need to sort of be healthy. You know, these kind of stupid conversations you have. But that word you use, Nadia, controlling.
Yeah.
I think over the last months, we have become much more aware, haven't we, about what does represent control in a relationship.
How
And
worse control.
it's the thin end of the wedge, this, for me, that's someone would say to a partner, I will leave you if you do not maintain this body shape. Because that is, to me, controlling behaviour.
But it's a massive red flag. You just wouldn't hang around, would you?
Well,
I
that's what we're
wouldn't.
saying. A lot of people do. That's the
I wouldn't.
discussion. I wouldn't.
I mean, we just say
it
to a
just- it
partner,
just-
I will leave you if you become ill.
It just-
I will leave you if you
I
lose your
know,
job. I will leave
I'll
you...
leave you if you don't keep the house clean enough. I'll leave you if you don't have sex
It
with me
just
every
reminds
day.
me of those people that do prenups, and that seems like, you know, and I'm going to have to split the
condition,
house,
yeah.
we're going to do this. But people that do prenups always worries me anyway, because it looks like it's starting off on the wrong foot anyway. If you're going to get married to someone, you're going to say, this is what happens if we get divorced. That's before you've even lived together.
Yeah.
And then what would that be in the prenup? If you lose weight, if you put on weight, I'm going to finish with
Yeah.
you. It's just like...
It's like writing a whole new
It
set
really
of vows.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That could, and like you say, you could even put that into a legal document.
But it's interesting you say the sex thing then, Nadia, because there's another conversation that goes around, beloved of the Daily Mail. You know, if partners have got mismatched sex drives, is it an obligation within a relationship? You know, if your partner wants sex X times a week and you actually don't fancy it, is there some kind of
I know
marital
somebody, and she
contract?
says, "Oh, I have to have sex every morning because otherwise, you know." And she's a very
Otherwise, you
powerful.
know what?
Well, what is the otherwise? You know, it's like it's just like it lets life roll along a bit. You know, everything's a bit nicer.
Yeah, but if she's
and
happy
she
to
has
do that,
no idea when she says that's control. If you're having sex every day and you don't want to keep a happy enough home and to keep your husband smiling and not being unpleasant with you, what is that?
Well, it might be her rule, and she's just pretending that.
No, it's not wrong.
Yeah, but then I suppose it
sure?
depends if the partner who doesn't want to do it as often is able to have the conversation, say, look, this actually makes me feel uncomfortable, and actually I'm sometimes having sex with you and I don't really want to, and I don't think this is great for our relationship. If the other one then says, oh God, I'm so sorry, I didn't realise, okay, let's talk about this, let's find something that works for both of us, then great, that's a good mature relationship. I mean, if they fly off in the huff and say, this is not what I signed up for and actually I need it and blah, blah, blah.
What if they're just a bit moody? What if it's not that dramatic? What if they just, like, remove themselves just a bit? It's that coercive control that interests me, where it's just like an undercurrent of, like, getting you to do what they want you to do without a big drama, but, like, just grey-faced.
Making it known they're not happy with the fact that you didn't have sex with them in the morning.
Yeah, and I think when somebody starts giving you rules and regulations like that of how they're going to love you, I think that's a red flag of that sort of stuff that's going to come.
But you would see it, I would see it.
Yeah, but what would you do? I mean,
I'd
that's
just say, ta-da, love.
Oh, no, I'd say that's it. See you at the solicitor's, love.
No, you're not married yet.
Would you?
You're not married yet.
But if they did and all this was going on, then I would...
But you know what? We mustn't forget, we are women in our 50s. We've learned this stuff. 60s. You know, I don't know if I've
Very late 40s.
I don't know. You know, we mustn't forget that sometimes when you're in your first throes of love and somebody says that and you think, oh, well, yeah, of course, and I don't want you to get fat. I mean, red flag teaching should be taught in schools.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I think you're right, because when you're younger, you maybe see that as a sign of kind of love and romance and intensity, don't you? But, like, 20 years on, it's like that huffy face, as you say.
Well, he wasn't exactly an oil painting, was he?
It's personal. Yeah. Wow. Maybe she loved him for his charm.
Yeah.
Personally, I always love my overnight oats being Scottish. Still to come. Linda on her hands and knees again. Yes, scrubbing the bathroom floor with some eco-friendly cleaning products, or eco-friendly as Nadia calls them, after we said the challenge of making her house more green. So we'll find out how she got on later in the show. And you might have spotted something a bit different about Nadia today.
Really?
It's not that, actually. It's not that.
No.
But find out what it is after this.
It's the Vic. Oh, no, it's the governess. Look out. Hello, Declan.
Hi, Anne.
Well, he's not that wrong. A DJ once tried to hire me as a dancer. It was the end of the night. They wanted everyone out. Charming.
Welcome back. Chaser Anne Hegerty joins us later in the show. Lots to talk about, including why she prefers to spend Christmas Day alone. And at 1:15, we'll be talking about the news that Amazon's Alexa will soon be disciplining your child by barking out a list of chores if she hears them go on their games console. And while I hope she's got better luck than I do, is that helpful or creepy? But first, it's time for this week's competition, and you better hurry. Lines close today. Yep, that was your warning alarm. Here's Jeff with all the details.
Never fear, autumn is here, and so is our incredible two-part prize, guaranteed to turn that post-summer frown upside down. It all kicks off with a whopping £50,000 in tax-free cash, and every penny will be yours to spend on whatever you so desire. And if that's not enough, you could also get your hands on a brand new Mini Countryman Cooper Sports. The car comes in Moonwalk Grey, has 19-inch JCW wheels, and is worth over £30,000. There's no need to pinch yourself because you are not dreaming. Before the season's done, you could be cruising around in your new Mini with £50,000 in the bank. Get those entries in right now for another chance to win. Text WIN to 86060. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website. Entries cost £2. Call 09068 786060. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY40 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines closed today at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Now, today is the last day of our Green Week here at Loose Women, and our final challenge was for Nanny Linda, who we tasked with making her home more eco-friendly. Simple changes to save the planet, save a few bob at the same time. Let's see how she got on.
Welcome to Nanny Linda's. Now, if I'm going to be cleaning, shoes off, and where's my pinny? Right, with it being Green Week at Loose Women this week, I've been set a challenge of making my home more eco-friendly with 5 small changes. Ones that you lot at home could do too. Right, let's get started. So I've made the switch from my usual cleaning products to these eco-friendly cleaning products. There's lots more of them in the supermarket. Let's give them a go and see how they measure up. I've got my washing up liquid here. I'm going to give that a go a bit later, but first I'm going to try and give my sink a clean. Normally I would use bleach, but today I'm going to try this, which says anti-bac all-purpose cleaner. Let's see how this does. It smells nice. Oh yeah, it's coming up nice. Don't forget, I'm using my eco-friendly cloth. 10 out of 10 for that one. Right, now for my bathroom. Let's start with the bath. I've got all my eco-friendly cleaning stuff here. Here we go. Let's see if I can get rid of these tide marks. That's my son. He never cleans the bath out after himself. Now I've got my biodegradable floor wipes. Let's see how they measure up. So far, so good. Let me just give it a wipe. There we go. And for those men at home, when you have a wee, put the seat back down. So normally I use washing powder, but today I'm going to try one of these eggs, which apparently does 70 washes. All you have to do is put some of these pellets inside. Kids' pyjamas. Oh, they're a mucky pair, these two, I'll tell you. So normally I like a nice hot wash, but today, because I'm being eco-friendly, I'm going to try a 30 watt, which saves you 40% energy and saves you £20 a year in cash. Here we go. Right, washing's on. Let's do some more eco-friendly challenges. Now in this house, there's always thermostat wars. I like it hot, my husband likes it cold, so I have to hide the thermostat. I don't tell anyone, but this is where I hide it. Look how hot I like it. I like it. I like it. 33. Don't tell anyone. Apparently, turning your thermostat down by 1 degree can save you up to 55 quid a year in your heating bills and reduce your carbon footprint by 300 kilograms of CO2. Oh, better get me slippers on. Right, now to change all my normal light bulbs to these eco-friendly LED bulbs. Now, apparently, these eco-friendly bulbs last 17 years. Well, I'll be dead and buried by then, won't I? Right, let's talk rubbish. Now, normally I will chuck all my leftovers and those that have gone out of date like this. Today I'm going to put it in my compost bin. So that's apple crumble left over from Sunday. Right, washing's done. Let's go and check on it. Smells lovely. I'm converted. After all that work, I am cream crackered. What I need now is a nice cup of tea and a donut.
Ah, there we go. I cannot believe you have your thermostat there. So you could grow pineapples in that, Linda.
When I was going through the menopause, I liked it cold. Now I'm through the menopause, well, I'm in my HRT, I like it nice and hot.
No, but that is tropical.
Great.
It's a big ass. It needs to be warm. I like it to be warm.
Kay is talking... You cannot enter Kay's house without a coat on.
No, but
cannot.
I mean,
I'm not going
90.
to keep it. I'm going to try it a little bit lower, maybe 32.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
That's terrible. And your house is
But
so
I have kept all the
clean.
cleaning
All right.
products.
So were you
they all
convinced?
smell absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Because I was worried that my washing wasn't going to smell as nice.
Yeah.
But it actually smells lovely. Lavender and violet it smells of now.
All right, so it gets the Linda thumbs up.
Yes.
Turn that thermostat down. That's criminal. On the subject of Environment Week, we've been highlighting some of the ways that you can make your wardrobe more sustainable by doing it ourselves here on the show. For example, swapping outfits, or on Wednesday, Jane wore an incredible outfit, which was all from a charity shop. She's great at that, Jane.
She's so good.
Yeah. Got such
Getting
an eye.
charity picks. And today we're actually re-wearing our outfits from yesterday. Well, not me, because I wasn't here, but with some slight changes. There you go. Yesterday, and you can see Carol, Linda and Nadia. Though I have to say, Nadia, lots and lots of people have been commenting on your more significant change, which is not actually her hair. It's the fact that her boobs have got bigger. Explain, Nadia. Explain.
This is the
Go on.
trouble, because if I straighten my hair, I'm all out of kilter, and now my boobs look even bigger because my head is smaller. Because having curly hair, that's why you need curly hair if you've got big boobs.
No, No. Actually, do you know what? You don't. Do you know what happens though?
What?
In Hollywood with showbiz people, when they've had a bit of work done, they change their hair to distract from it, so that
so everyone goes,
don't
"Oh, you
notice.
look fresh."
Yes, honestly. So what have you had done then, Nadia?
Nothing, unfortunately. I can't wait to get my head under the tap. I can tell
Well,
you.
the internet-
And Linda hates my hairline.
I love
like
her
it.
curly hair. I've always wanted Nadia's hair, so I love it curly. And I think you look younger with it and sexier with it.
I just feel like I've got to be a complete...
Look, there's a
Oh, that's a
comparison.
nice photo. Thanks, production. I look like I've got
Which
wings.
one does she look young and sexy in? Linda? Which one does she look young and sexy in?
This one looks sexy.
Neither of them. Neither of them.
No, you look like Pam from Dallas.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Victoria
actually,
Principal.
Kat thinks that she looks like Raquel Welsh. That's nice.
Maybe.
Jane says Nadia looks about 33. Carol, not you, says, has Nadia had a facelift? She looks
Well, Linda's been
completely
saying to me all
different.
morning, God, you don't half look old. Doesn't it look awful? You look terrible. I
And
hate
Bob
it.
said, is Nadia on a promise?
Yes. You know what? The thing is, when you
wash your
change your
hair.
hair, it's so weird how much you feel like... I feel like I'm the sort of woman who's got napkin rings and knows where her door keys are and doesn't have milk in her coffee, ball breaking,
It
like
really
tough.
changes the way you feel.
Yeah, it's exhausting. I just want to get
Yeah,
back.
but you might be wearing the same dress and you've changed your hair to sort of, swap it up a bit. But her hair took an hour to dry, so the blow dry was going for
The
an hour.
energy, the energy.
We're
that
lucky
went
we
in
got any makeup
Not
at
exactly
all today.
green.
Linda, so you're in the same outfit. Have you changed your bra, your knickers?
No, I've not changed that. I've not changed my bra. I never changed my bra.
But you've not
do I?
done
Just
that
wash
since
it out every
last
night.
June.
I have got trainers on. Look.
Oh,
That's
what's that? I got a view I never want to see again.
Only the director's I am commando today.
You sure are.
No need to rub them. No need to rub them.
Oh, just checking they're still there. They're telling me to stop.
For God's sake, move it on.
Stop
Oh,
it.
it feels nice and comfortable.
Just stop it. Coming up, I don't even want to say these words, but we're going to show you a tongue trick. Apparently, it'll give you an instant neck lift. And we'll be chatting to Chaser Anne Hegerty. And actually, the very thought, as I say, of chatting to Anne has got me sweating slightly when I think about what happened when we last met.
Next up to try and beat the Chasers, please welcome broadcaster Kay Adams, everyone.
Well, I know she's smart, but can she quiz?
She can deal with some tricky situations. I've watched a few episodes of Loose Women where it's gone.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they've asked me awkward questions. I think I can return the compliment. Hey, mate.
Been better. This is nerve-wracking. My goodness, I thought Janet Street Porter was scary. Oh, well, I'll be doing the quizzing today, Anne. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to your Friday Loose Women. Joining me, Kay Adams. It's Linda Robson, Nadia Sawala and Carol McGiffin. Coming up, she already turns on the lights and gives you the weather, but Alexa will soon be disciplining your kids too. If she hears them on the games console, she'll chime out a list of chores instead. Is that a step too far? And as one 10-year-old girl puts together a 25-point Christmas list, including a phone and a £50 anti-aging cream, is it time we ditch the Christmas list? Right, OK, here's the big question. I hesitate to ask you, Linda, but are you using your tongue correctly?
I don't know. I only stick it out at people if they annoy me.
No, this isn't pictures, because apparently there's a really specific way that you have to kind of hold your tongue when you're smiling in a picture so that it can make your face look slimmer. It's actually called mewing. And so what you do is that you close your mouth, OK, and then you sort of...
I'm practicing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, OK, we thought you had wind there. And you... You pull your tongue up to the top, to the roof of your mouth. Yeah, your boobs are moving. That's phenomenal.
They're growing!
And then you kind of suck on it, right? OK. And so that should pull you up, particularly from profile. So let's try it with you.
And do you smile at the same time?
Well, your mouth's shut. You know, do that sort of constipated look.
OK.
You know, the one.
OK, sorry.
Right, OK, so go to the side, Nadia.
Yeah.
Right, OK.
So I just smile normally first?
Right, that's right. So we can see your chin really sagging down there. We can really see it. That's good.
OK, it's really hanging. It's
Right,
swinging.
do it. Oh,
Yes!
Oh my God, it does work.
It has worked.
Look at
yeah.
that. That looks really
yeah.
good.
But I look like a maniac.
Yeah, well, there is that.
God, it
That
does
is
work from the
good.
side.
It does work from the side, doesn't it? Can you breathe? Right, OK, everyone, should we do a photo?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing, Linda?
I think so.
Do you know what you're doing?
It's very hard for me to hold
You
my
have to
tongue.
smile first.
All right, we're going to go from 3, OK? 3, 2, 1.
Carol looks like a hamster.
Let's see Linda. Oh, actually, it's good. Look at you, Linda.
No, listen,
No,
I'm
I
telling you,
don't-
do
I
not
look
start
scared.
adopting this, girls.
I don't
It's not
like
good.
it.
We look
No,
ridiculous.
I like it. I mean,
No.
out of the 4 of us, Carol's the only one that looks weird. The rest of us.
Well, that's because I was trying to
a lot
practice
better.
and you told me off.
Do you have a kind of picture face that you have?
I don't know, but someone once said to me, you look much better in photographs than you do in real life. Yeah, they did. And actually, when
Photogenic?
when I look at photographs of myself, I'm all right. But actually, when I look at myself in real life in a mirror, I don't like what I see. So maybe they're
You
right.
always look cool in photographs.
Yeah.
I
No, I
don't know
don't.
how you do it.
Cool.
Yeah, you do.
Listen,
you
this
look
morning when
sort
I
of
was getting dressed,
sophisticated.
literally it came into my head, I wish I was more like Carol.
Really?
Literally. Because the way whatever she puts on, you just look so cool. You just got natural cool. I'd love
Yeah.
that.
It ain't natural. It's hard work.
You work it, do you?
Yeah, I get up
Study
at
it.
4.
I mean, you look slightly crazed.
Yes.
In a nice way.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? She always says, "Yeah, like that." There we go.
Yeah.
Linda, have you got?
I think you look young.
You've been
happy.
getting your photographs taken since you were
For a long time. I just normally
Tiny.
make a joke out of it. I can't do like serious pictures or anything
Yeah,
like that.
jazz hands.
Let's see Linda again.
Yeah.
You
Listen, that is
see,
good.
I know you look better when you just smile
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah.
Look
It's
at me
fake,
because I've
isn't
got
it?
something
Yeah.
up my.
You look miserable.
Yeah.
Your
Anyway,
ooh-ooh.
I wonder what Anne Hegerty makes of all of this. She's best. Oh, not very much. There's the answer.
She's got a good side.
There she is, best known for playing the fearsome governess on cult ITV game show The Chase. But this Christmas, Anne Hegerty will be taking on the persona of a different villain. Hi, Anne. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I don't really think I can do the tongue thing and talk at the same time. So you'll
Do the tongue thing, Anne.
Well, do the tongue thing, Anne. Let's see. Go, can you do it? Turn to side. That's it. Yeah, good. Right, do it now. Do it, Anne.
Lovely. You look
Stick your
very
tongue to the
royal.
roof of your
You
mouth.
put it up.
You're doing it.
No, it's a load of rubbish, isn't it, Anne? Oh, the last time I saw you, Anne, you were sort of peering down at me imperiously from a high height doing Beat the Chasers. I mean, I nearly wet myself, to be honest.
Jolly good. That's the effect we try to have.
Jolly good. And so you're going to be in Panto again, yeah?
That's right, yes. I'm going to be at the Beck Theatre in Hayes, and we're doing Jack and the Beanstalk, and I am Mrs. Blunderbore, the giant's wife.
Right.
And essentially, I am the power behind the throne. I mean, the giant sort of basically stomps around and shouts a lot, but in that relationship, I'm clearly the one who does the actual thinking.
So it's not
You've
typecasting
loved-
at all.
You've always loved Panto, haven't you, right from a child?
I certainly vaguely remember being taken to see it. I think we were taken to the Palladium when I was a child. But it's more that, I like having the chance to do a bit of acting. I like having the chance to, actually have an audience. And it's, it's live theatre, which otherwise one doesn't really get the chance to do. And it's, it's something that isn't the Chase.
But didn't you
so
perform
it's a nice change.
Didn't you perform together as a family when you were a kid?
Yeah, in the early 70s, I'm one of 7 cousins. And I'm the second oldest, and my older cousin and I, we sat down and used to write pantos for when all the whole family, the whole Hegerty family, would get together at Christmas, and we'd stage these pantos. And I seem to remember the last one we did was Coal Black and the 3.5 Morons. I mean, it was supposed to be Coal Black and the 7 Morons, and we realised there were only 7 of us, and we couldn't actually manage to get more than 3.5 morons on the stage at one time because we needed other characters, otherwise nothing would happen. And I think the main problem was we wrote it in the summer of 1974, and that was the summer that Blazing Saddles came out. And an awful lot of Blazing Saddles managed to get into the script. And I think it rather went over the parents' heads. But we loved it.
And don't you ever long to play, like, the good guy rather than the villain all the time? I mean, do you think you could play, like, you know, fairy godmother or...
The only time I've ever not played a villain was 2017 in Torquay when we did Aladdin and I was the Empress of China. So, I mean, I didn't particularly want my daughter marrying this Aladdin bloke, but I wasn't actually a bad guy. That was quite fun because when you're not a bad guy, you're more involved in all the other things. It's the one and only time I've ever had a chance to do the ghost routine. You know, it's behind you. So from that point of view, it's quite nice not to be the villain. But let's face it, I generally am going to be the villain. I mean, it's me, so I would be, wouldn't I?
And what about the whole kind of Christmas thing, Anne? Do you love Christmas?
I don't object to Christmas. Oh,
I know how you feel.
For quite a long time, I've actually preferred to spend Christmas on my own, which sounds awful. It sounds sort of terribly lonely, but it's my choice. And there's a zillion places I could go for Christmas Day. And also, I just like having a day off and not having to deal with people and just being able to sort of sit around, eat mince pies, eat chocolates, watch the telly, and just that. And it's great. It's a day off. I love it.
And I've also read in your bio, Anne, that you always knew that you were going to be famous from a young age.
I don't know if that's, I always knew it. I sort of vaguely always wanted to be and thought I should be. It sounds terribly arrogant. But I wasn't at all sure what I was going to be famous for. Yeah, that's me age 6 on a beach. That's me that's me in about 1983, I think. But yeah, I just sort of always thought, you know, wouldn't it be cool to be famous? We didn't really sort of have celebrity culture in those days. I mean, we certainly didn't have reality shows or anything. But my grandfather was a publisher and he knew famous people. And I just thought, I want to be famous too. Maybe I might be able to impress him because I don't think my grandfather liked me very much. So it would have been nice to impress him.
And is it cool to be famous? Do you enjoy being well known, Anne?
I do actually. Yeah, it's nice. It's you know, people come up to you in the supermarket and they want selfies, and yeah, it's quite reassuring to know people are actually watching the show. I mean, it's brilliant that The Chase continues to be so popular and so successful. And that's fantastic.
Yeah. Can I ask you one question about that being the encyclopedic figure that you are, and we talk a lot about the menopause on the show, and brain fog being one of the symptoms of the menopause for a lot of women. Do you ever get that? Because I know when I came on Beat the Chasers beforehand, I was terrified that, you know, my brain would just let me down, which it did. But do you ever get that?
Not really. I mean, there are times when, you know, you can't always call the answer to mind as fast as you might like. And I probably suffer from that more than any of the other chasers because I just am slow. My thinking processes, I mean, they're fast compared to those of most people, but they're slower than any of the other chasers, which is why when we do the Beat the Chasers, I mean, I'm often not really heard from because I'm trying to get to the buzzer, but there's 5 other people that are faster on the buzzer than me. So, my menopause didn't give me brain fog. I didn't really have any symptoms of menopause except that, well, I mean, I did have one symptom, which was that my period started in 2005 and it finished in 2011. And that essentially, that was my menopause. I mean, I went to the doctor and said, my period doesn't need to be stopping. And they kind of looked at a lot of things and did scans and things. And they said, you know, everything's normal. So I said, fine. In that case, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just, you know, buy an awful lot of Tampax and just kind of wait it out.
Yeah. Well, as we talk more and more about it, we know that different women have very, very different experiences. And it's good that we can kind of all share it so that we know what is in the sort of realms of normality. But listen, Anne, it's always lovely to speak to you. Enjoy Panto season. Oh, yes, you will. I know you will. I'm sorry about that. There you go. Really good to speak to you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Nice to speak to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Coming up next, she's already a central figure of many people's homes, but with the news that Alexa and other similar devices will soon be disciplining our children too, one of us has got an incredible story about how Alexa realised their parent was having a stroke. And as one girl puts together a 25-point Christmas list with a new phone and 50 quid anti-aging cream, has the Christmas wish list had its day. See you after this.
Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight.
She's the Gypsy Queen to the Gypsy King. Paris Fury returns to Loose Women to reveal more about the magic and madness of living with a heavyweight champion. A mum for the 6th time, she'll talk about the challenging first few weeks following the birth of baby Athena and what it's like juggling a growing family with fame, fans and fights. Paris Fury, Tuesday at 12:30.
Hello, welcome back. Lots still to come, including Are You a Slave to Your Child's Christmas List? But first, it is competition time again, and this is your warning as lines close today. Jess back with all the details.
Autumn is here, but there's no need to feel blue because we have an amazing prize, which means you can live like it's summer all year long. It all kicks off with a whopping £50,000 in tax-free cash. Just think about what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off some of your mortgage, check. A sun-soaked awesome getaway, check. Christmas this year, don't worry, you've got that covered. But we're not stopping there because you could also get your hands on this brand new Mini Countryman. It comes with DAB radio, front heated seats and a leather steering wheel. They say the best things in life come in pairs, so how about this for a pair? £50,000 and a new Mini Countryman. Remember, all of our competitions have one guaranteed winner, and our next big winner could be you. Here's all the details. For another chance to win, text WIN to 86060. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 786060. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY40 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines closed today at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Right, this is the moment in the show that Carol has been waiting for. We're going to be talking about her very best friend, Alexa. She loves her, don't you, Carol?
Oh.
Yeah, here we go. Well, Amazon now have plans for her to be able to perform tasks without you even having to ask her to. She's soon going to be able to listen out, and if she can hear your kids turn on the games console, then she can bark a list of chores at them. There's lots of other things that she can do. She's going to play soothing music when they hear the sound of a baby crying, turn off the lights if no movement is detected. This is fabulous, isn't it, Carol?
For a start, stop calling it she, her, Alexa. It's a listening device and it's listening to you all the time. And I love the way you say, or they say, oh, it's soon going to be listening to everything. Like it's not. I mean, the number of times people have said to me, yeah, but it only hears you when you say Alexa, which means it's listening all the time.
Ready
because
to
I'm
hear
like,
it.
well, of course, otherwise what? What else? And everything is being monitored and stored. It's like a Trojan horse. It's like something coming into your house and literally gathering up so much information about you. And people are so unaware of that. And I remember saying to UK on this show...
Don't get your little finger out to me, your little bendy finger.
A couple of years ago, I said anyone who has one of those things in their home needs their head tested, because I think they're properly dangerous and I absolutely loathe them.
Well, I do have a couple, though I have to say I am
a couple?
Yeah, I do. Big house. I'm coming round to your kind of way of thinking. I have to say I'm much more wary of it. It's not the technology, because it's artificial intelligence, isn't it? And we know that artificial intelligence is becoming a much larger part of our lives. It's who controls the artificial intelligence that I agree with you, yes, we should be much more aware of now. In terms of the actual technology, there are people who, for me, it just switches off a particular light. So it kind of makes my life a bit easier. And they give them away, they're cheap as chips now, aren't they? So it seems a sense... But your dad loves it.
There's no such thing as a free anything.
No,
they're
exactly.
giving it away because of what...
No, but like your dad loves his, doesn't he?
Well, my dad and Alexa have a deep and meaningful relationship. There is no doubt about that. He has us in hysterics talking about his relationship with her, and he talks to her and all of this. And my mum is very grateful that he spends quite a lot of time with Alexa. And actually, a few months ago, he had a stroke, and it was actually... because Alexa couldn't understand what he was saying and his speech was slurred because she wouldn't react, it's actually in his doctor's notes that Alexa had noticed that his speech had changed and he couldn't respond to him. And, you know, the thing is with these things, I find it very chilling, this idea that it could now just nudge your child to do what they should be doing, because it's the beginning of something of AI taking over the parenting. Now, I know that sounds crazy, and you in the past have sounded completely crazy to me, I must say, when you've talked about it. But it really feels like we are losing the grip, because they come into our home, the enemy is within, and then they make life easier for us.
Well, you're
but then
handing
what
over
else
power,
is going
though.
on?
You're handing
I don't have one in my house.
I'm the boss in my house. I don't want no one telling me what to do. And I thought, call me old-fashioned, but I just thought played music. Alexa, play a bit of Rod Stewart. Alexa, play Stevie Wonder. That's what I thought he did. I didn't realise he does all of this. Took over your blooming lives.
Well, what if the internet goes down as well? Does that mean you can't turn your lights off, you can't play music, you can't get the kids to do the cleaning,
The
or
technology
what? I mean,
itself is incredible. And, you know, in terms of health technology, it could really improve our outcomes. But I think the question is who controls that? And at the moment, it's in the hands of private individuals who are making squillions and squillions of pounds, and that's the bit that worries me. But listen, more importantly, only 50 sleeps till Santa comes down the chimney. Come on. Have your kids started writing their lists to Santa? One 10-year-old girl in Australia she's included a new phone, designer clothes and £50 anti-aging cream. Now, obviously, that's a wee bit over the top, but should we get rid of the Christmas list, Linda?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the kids take great pleasure in sitting down. They're going through an Argos catalogue or one of the books and whatever, and writing down all the things. I mean, normally it'll be like 3 pages of what they want or whatever. Obviously, they don't get that, but it just gives you an idea of what they do want, and then you pick out 1 or 2 things that you're going to get from that year. I mean, that's the whole thing about it, is them sitting down and writing to Father Christmas, and then they'll get a letter back from Santa saying, like, looking forward to seeing you or whatever. So, no, I like the idea of Christmas lists.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, my kids are older now, but, I mean, I loved it. My eldest is very organised, and I would get an email and I would get the list and I would get a link. You know, she would do the link in. I'd have a photograph of it so I didn't make any mistake, and it was all there.
And a map to the shop.
Yeah, I know, it was incredible. But we established this thing when they were really tiny, that they get 3 things. And so the list could have 50 things on it, 60 things, 70. It didn't, but it could. And they would know they'd only get 3 things. So for me, it made my life easier. I'd just say, oh, what are the 3 things I'll ask Santa to bring? That was it.
Writing a Christmas list, because I just loved so much the magic of Christmas when I was little, and writing the list to Santa was just totally magical. And I knew Santa had so many other people that I had to look after, and that I was only going to, if I was lucky, maybe get 1 or 2 from that list. But it didn't really matter. The list was such a big part of it.
Yeah.
How long before the kids are going, Alexa, tell Mummy and Daddy I want a new bike.
Probably already do.
And a new phone and a new music machine and a new TV, because this one's not big enough. Oh, I just hate all this I want stuff. If I had kids, they wouldn't get near a list, and I'd tell them about Santa coming down the chimney.
Thank God you never had kids, Carol. Oh,
but, you know, I think it's such a shame that kids are getting, like, this little girl presented as, you know, sort of grabbing of all this stuff.
I
mean, they're not, they're just kids. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, but we couldn't ask for anything. We got what we were given, and we had to be grateful for it. I used to write a list of what I got to make sure my sisters and my brother didn't get more than me.
And it's turned you into a lovely, generous, charming, warm person. So it's absolutely been the right way to go, hasn't it? Absolutely fantastic. For goodness sake, will somebody get her to write a Christmas list? It's not too late to discover the magic.
It's a wish list when you go shopping online. It's a wish list. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it all.
No, she's a lost cause. That's it for today. She's a lost cause. We've got lots coming up for you next week. We'll be reuniting Carol with the one and only Jane McDonald for the first time in over 8 years. So many great memories. So Jane makes a return next week. But for now, have a lovely bonfire weekend and do stay safe. Bye.